Here I have chapati flour, which is atta, wholemeal, whole grain flour. If you haven't got atta, you can also make this with a mixture of wholemeal flour and self-raising flour together. Most important thing, when you add the water, is you just add it gradually. I'm going to gently bring it all together. And as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm just very gradually adding the water. I have just got previously boiled. It has cooled slightly. And as you can see, it's all gently coming together. So you really need to kind of like using your senses, using that feel of touch and want to, just imagine like when you're eating chapatis or rotis or naan, you love the ones that are really lovely and really nice and soft. And so that's how we want the dough to be as well. As you can see, a little bit more water. I'm just adding a little bit at a time as I go. I'm going to show you how to cook it as well. After you've cooked it, break it out and then scoop it up with your curry, scoop it up with your dal, and then enjoy it. And personally, I actually just like it when they've just been cooked. You come off the pan and then you have it with a nice little knob of butter on them. My dough has gone a little bit sticky. I'm just going to add a little bit of flour, so that can happen. But also want to show you that if you do add a little bit extra, it's all fine. I would rather add a little bit extra than little bit too less of water, because then your dough is going to be quite hard. So you don't want hard dough. I'm going to use my knuckles now to really give it a good knead, and this will help to create a really lovely soft chapati. Now, I'm not here to tell you also that your chapatis have to be perfectly round, because they don't. Have a nice soft dough. If you can't get hold of atta, try the chapatis using a mix of wholemeal flour and half and a little bit of plain flour as well. Mix the two together as well. Previously, I've made chapatis using spelt. Spelt has been a really great flour to make chapatis with. Let's just pretend my chapati dough flour has been sitting for about 30 to 40 minutes. Now, the next thing to do is just using my hands. I'm just going to pull out about the size of a golf ball and roll it between my hands. It's like when we eat bread as well. Some like it thin. So you then decide on your preference. I want it a little bit thinner. So I've taken that out, a little bit of dough out I took out. And I kind of like, because I've been doing this for many years, have a feel of how big I want my dough. So it's just like that. And then again, giving it another really nice knead. And the dough is really lovely. It's so soft. Okay. I'll just do a couple of these to show you. What I'm going to do now, show you what I'm going to be cooking on. I do have a tower, but I don't use it because I also want to show you that you don't necessarily have to have everything exactly how we have it in our homes to cook chapatis. So I just cook my chapatis on this flat pan. I'm going to pop it here just on my stove. So also, the other main thing is that we want to have the temperature at kind of like not a really high rate, because then if it's too high, then the chapatis are going to burn on the outside and they won't evenly cook. Get my dough and I'm going to dredge it in the flour, and so that then I've got some flour on the board. I'm just gently going forward and back. It's a gentle motion. Just gently roll forward and back, forward and back. The most important thing is we want the chapatis to be even. So I'm able to hold it here on the edges, and then it's really light and it's just forward and back motion, and then lifting it every now and again so that it's not sticking. Now, if you find that it's sticking to the board or your surface, then you just need to dredge it in a little bit of flour. Okay, that is quite hot now. Now I'm going to turn it over onto this side here. So not quite ready. I'll just turn it up slightly. So the temperature of the pan, it's a bit like when you're making pancakes. The first one doesn't come out perfect. So there you go. So that one there, and let's do that one there. So that will take about 20 to 30 seconds, again, depending on the temperature of your pan. I'm just going to turn it around like that and then just double check. So that isn't ready yet. And then for the next part, I'm not going to tell you to do it on the flame because of safety reasons. So I just always show you this way. So do you see that? Really nice. And now I'm going to turn it down that way. And then gradually you can use a spatula like so. And those lovely little air bubbles coming up. And I'm just helping it along like so. Look at that. Now I can see here that there are some kind of like raw bits as well. And this is just full of lovely air. Just turn it down slightly. Beautiful. Now I've got a warmer here, or you can just pop it into a tea towel and keep them warm. And that's it. I just to show you, turn them up and down a couple of times. Beautiful, aren't they? And that, who would imagine just flour and water? That was it. And like I said, we used to put some, you can put a tablespoon. Some of my recipes in my handbook just say a tablespoon of oil, and I do like to do that as well. But I just thought I'd show you very simply today. There you go. So this was the first side. I'm just letting that cook through. And that is coming on nicely. So I do have quite a flat pan, and if you're just watching again, I just want to show you that you don't need to have a tawa. You can just have it, I use a flat pan like this, and there, it's coming up nicely. And then I'm waiting for the specks to come on that side. And these are really great. You can use the flours, you can use this atta, wholemeal flour, you can use bread flour as well, but just have your dough. The most important thing is having a really lovely, soft, pliable dough like so. Then I'm going to turn it over again. I'm going to use this. Oh, I also have one of these little wooden presser. It's just basically a presser, and it's just gently pressing and helping it come up like so. There you go. So important things to note: the flour. So I've got wholemeal flour. Make it into a soft, pliable dough using hot water, previously boiled hot water. Oil, you can add a tablespoon if you like, and then knead it well. Really knead your dough well so it's really lovely and soft. And you can imagine if you've got soft dough as well, you're going to have lovely soft chapatis. If you have an electric cooker, you can still do this on an electric cooker, because the most important thing isn't the source of the heat here. It is the fact that you've got a pan which is at the kind of like, there is no perfect temperature, but a correct temperature in order for the chapati to start to cook and cook evenly. Okay, so the back side of it is getting nice and golden with specks. And then let's turn it over and gently using the spatula for it to start coming up. And that, oh, that's beautiful. This recipe and 11 more beautiful recipes for beginners is in my handbook. The handbook is in the link in bio. I also have a community over on Skool where I cook with my members twice a month. We'd have a practice session like this. We all make chapati together. And then the second time in the month, we do an actual cook along. So you cook with me live. You have got the ingredients list and you get everything ready and we cook together. And that is a great way if you're a beginner and you want to learn Indian cooking.